Hi, this is DeMeritt. We're going to be learning about creating simple mathematics and equations using LaTeX. To create mathematics, you have to put it in math mode. Math mode consists of putting your equation in dollar signs or your characters, whatever you have. If you want to display it, you're going to put it in double dollar signs on each side of the equation. You can also use backslash left bracket and backslash right bracket, and that will do the same thing as the double dollar signs. As you can see here, and it creates the displayed equation. There's an equation, displayed equation using double dollar signs, and it comes out the same way. Now, if you type this line and the numbers or the letters are in dollar signs, it's going to come out like this. So it's in math mode, it's italicized. Now, a dollar sign, a double dollar sign using a fraction will come out the same way. And here with the brackets, 5 plus 5 and a binomial coefficient. Subscripts are used a lot in mathematics. We have x sub 1, x sub 1 plus 2, and x super 1 plus 2 in braces. And this is how they come out. X sub 1, x sub 1 plus 2, and then x super 1 plus 2. Now, if you decided here that you wanted the 1 plus 2 together, you would do the subscript and put the 1 plus 2 in curly braces, and would bring it to the bottom like this is at the top. Okay, when you type your equation, it's automatically going to put an equation number when it's in begin equation and equation. And then you can give it a label so you can refer to it later on in your document. If you don't want a number, you can put the statement backslash no number at the end of the equation, and then it'll just come out like this. Another way to make sure that there's no number is to use begin equation star and end equation star. And again, it goes like that. It shows up like this, and there's no equation number. Now, just like tables and figures, you can label and reference your equations. We refer to equation 2, and it looks like this. When you refer to your equations, you're going to use backslash EQREF, and then in curly braces, you have whatever you want to name it. Then when you use it in your text, it's going to automatically come out with parentheses around it like this. Okay, now we're going to talk about aligning equations. Here's a simple align. I don't want an equation number, so I'm just going to put the star next to it. Now, notice with the align, I have to tell it with an ampersand where I want it to align. And then I compile it and it aligns right here. Now, sometimes if you have a long equation, it goes off the page, and that's not very attractive in your document. So what you can do is you can break it up. So you put the first part of the equation, and you're going to put a carriage return, and then put the second part of the equation. And it looks like this, which is much more attractive than the whole thing going off this side. Okay, now we're going to talk about arrays. Now, similar to tabulars in our table section, it's begin array. It has where you put the number of columns and where you want them positioned and any lines you want. So here's your equation. And then here comes the output. Puts everything in math. and it's very attractive. Now here's begin array, end array. It's the same idea where you tell it where you want to go. Here it's center, 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 and it'll turn out like this. Now you can add delimiters to your equations. The delimiters are, for example, parentheses around an equation. But not all equations are just on one line. Some of them are on 2 lines, some of them are even bigger than that. So what you would do is you would use the backslash left and backslash right. So here in our equation, backslash left, open paren, and then backslash right, close paren, and it'll come out like this. So if you want an equation that does not have a right-hand parenthesis, you would go left parenthesis, and then when you get to the right, you just do backslash right period. That's telling LaTeX that there is nothing on the right, and it comes out like this. You can do the same thing on the left-hand side, where you have backslash left period and backslash right brace. Now you can also use backslash big and backslash BIGG. The difference between those and the right and the left is the big and the BIGG are specific sizes, as opposed to the left and the right, which creates the specific size that is needed for the equation. For example, here we do big open paren, and then end do big right paren. This is what comes out. That's not what we want. So what you're going to do is do left open paren and right close paren. So then you'll have the same equation, but it'll have parentheses around it. LaTeX has a lot of accents that it uses. One of the ones I use the most, which I will share with you, is typesetting the word naive. It's supposed to have the little umlaut on top of the I. So this is what you would typeset. NA / open quote sign, curly brace, backslash I, close curly brace, and then VE, and it comes out like this. Okay, now binomial coefficients. When you type a binomial coefficient, it'll come out with the parentheses automatically around it. When you typeset it, you're going to put your double dollar signs and then backslash binom, and then there's 2 arguments. The first one is what you want on top and which one you want on the bottom of your equation. Now, you can put more than one number or whatever you need on in each argument. For example, here we have the binomial coefficient, and then the first set of braces is a fraction. And then the second set of braces is n plus 1. So you compile it, and you get the fraction here on top and n plus 1 on the bottom, and it automatically puts in the parentheses. There are various operators that are used in LaTeX. Here is an example of how you would use them. Here's another example. Notice I have the, in parentheses, or in braces, I have lim, subscript, open brace, close brace, and then I have X right arrow, 0, and it shows up underneath the lim. Then we have ellipses, which are dots. Here, you put your equation, /dots, and then you finish it up, and it looks like this. You can use L dots for lower dots, D dots for center dots, V dots for vertical dots, etc. If you need to type an integral, you'll type the \int, and then if you have a superscript or a subscript, you can add that in and then the rest of the equation, and when you compile it, it looks like this. Now, there are times when we use the sum sign. Now, if you just put it in display mode and you have sum sub n, then when you're in display mode, the n will come down here underneath. And then the x plus 2 and the rest of your equation. Now, you can also use sum in text. And you type it with the single dollar signs, and then it shows up like this. Notice the subscript is not underneath like it is in display. All right, now we have matrices. Now with matrices, you begin matrix, end matrix in double dollar signs, and then you put each entry with an ampersand in between. And it comes out like this. Notice each row is centered. Then you have a P matrix, which does basically the same thing. It just puts it in parentheses, like this. You can also, besides a P matrix, putting it in parentheses, you can use a B matrix for brackets, V matrix for vertical, capital B for braces, capital V for double vertical lines. Now we have arrays. An array is similar to a tabular, and it can be used for math. So we're begin array and end array, and then that's how it shows up. Now, a lot of times when you're typesetting, you'll get errors. LaTeX will do its best to let you know what the error is. A lot of times it's forgetting an extra dollar sign, or you have too many dollar signs, or a brace. Sometimes it's not even easy to tell what the problem is. If you miss a brace, the error will come up saying you're missing a brace or a dollar sign, and it'll give you the line number. But sometimes that's not even where the error is. Sometimes it's further up. So here we have, here's the equation. And it comes out like this. Now we're gonna type an incorrect one. So we have the same equation, and then it's gonna give you a, it's gonna tell you you're missing something. And the error is that there is no closing curly brace on the right arrow right here. Trying to find errors, it's sometimes it takes some time to find it. Sometimes you have to search it out and figure out what it is, but you'll eventually find it. So I hope this was a help to you. If you need any more help, Cheryl and I are available on Thursday to answer any questions with the chat. Thank you very much.